goal line scramble there late in the game. Were you in the mix there? What were you seeing there?
Yeah, I mean the ball it had some whip on it. Mitch went out and me and a couple guys went up, and it just jumbled around, and I think Mitch got his hand on it. The guy kicked him, and ref called it. So I think that's all. That was about that.
You guys gave him some different looks formation-wise tonight, I guess. Breaking them down, even when you're getting guys upfield. Was that made? What were they doing that seemed to make that more difficult?
I mean, they're just a big physical team that just wants to come in and kick you. And in the first half, we were still finding our foot a little bit. Knocked us a couple of times, and we gotta realize teams are gonna come in and do that. They're not gonna let us play, and I don't think we had enough on goal, but we still had enough on the ball to create more chances, and we still came out with a point. And we're just gonna look to Sunday.
Thank you.
Corben, you sure? You want to go together and do what? Let's see. How are we doing? I just think that thoughts on the game. We've had a bit of a break, and it's no excuse or anything. But at the same time, I think, we start to find a little bit of a rhythm. You're up against the defending champions of the league. There's a reason why they won the title over LA Galaxy 2 last year. They're a quality side. We lost them on the road where we, at times, I watched the game and, we dominated the match, in terms of possession. But for me, that's just not what they're about. They drop off extremely well. They compact the field. They're a big physical side, as Austin talked about. And to be fair, look, there's certain things that told the players, I said, don't get disappointed. Omar goes down. I thought it was a penalty. Now, he's got the injury, he has to come off, and so we make some adjustments. But at the end of the day, it's a battle. At this point in the season in a brand new club, I just said to the players how disappointed we are. Getting a point is a great sign of a character. It's a great sign of character this early in the season. We have great team in there, really, and I'm so proud of them and what they've been able to accomplish so far this year. We continue to build. We continue to get points. We got a big game against New York. They won 1-0 tonight, Toronto. They can continue to push to the top. They're a good side. And we're excited, though. We're excited to go and take on this challenge. We want to go to Red Bull Arena. We want to face up teams like that. And, so for me, it's just, another point. We continue to build on what we're doing. We still stay in third, and we're looking to get a little bit closer. We got games in hand, and we got to make them count. So we're hoping to get everybody healthy. That's the key thing. We get a Coley back next week as well, and we'll go from there.
Can I ask you real quick about Omar's status? Did you get any feedback on what
Yeah, I mean, for our perspective, I mean, it seemed like a little bit of a hyperextension knee, and I think to commit to anything right now would be foolish on my part. I mean, we're going to do an MRI scan. Once we get the MRI, then we'll go from there. I mean, certainly we'll have the information with Fumi and throughout. But he to me, it's like a veteran player like that who was doing everything he could to stay on the field. And it was a nasty collision. It really was. And so we're just hoping that he's okay, and we'd love to get him back as soon as possible. He's a very important part of the team.
Yeah, I just don't know the initial feedback. But how much did that shake things up when he had to come out? Kind of like game plan out the window? Or?
No, not necessarily. I mean, when we look at our team, you're always, especially when you build this team, you're always looking to have maybe 6 or 7 utility players that can play various positions. Andrew Wiedemann at Ottawa was playing on the right-hand side last year a lot for them, and Tommy Heineman, pushed up as a striker's role. But before that, Andrews played as a striker. And so for me, it's a natural thing. And to be fair, I give him credit. Since we've moved him centrally, he's been fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. He's clean technically, both right and left-footed, so he's always going to be dangerous in and around the box. We want to change things up a little bit and try to see how they can deal with us when we go 1-0 up like that. It would be nice if we kept it 1-0 at the half, and then we can kind of reassess things for halftime. But at that point, you get 1-1, and then we're coming out battling. We came out with a great attitude. We really did. And I told the players that's what it was about, application, that being assertive a little bit more. And we did well. So at the end of the day, we're not going to be happy. We'd love to win everything at home. We really would. But we're still gaining a point against a team that's chasing us.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
How did you feel like the field played after the conversion? Was there any?
I don't even notice it. And
Brad, do you have a question?
I do. We saw a debut from Paul tonight. What has he shown you in training that earned that appearance?
he's been working very hard, and one of the things that he had to adapt to was obviously culturally living here, and then the fitness aspect. He pulled up a series of injuries, unfortunately, and he looks to be, at a pretty fit state right now where he is, and he's been, sharp in training. He's been finishing. He's been putting the ball in the back of the net whenever we do set pieces and finishing in and around the box, and so. For me, I told everybody, and I was always open and honest here, you've got to earn the right to play. You've got to earn the right to be in the 18, and so he's been working very hard to get in there. It's nice to see him on the field.
Not that you wanted Okoli not to play, but is the timing just he'll come back fresh Sunday? Is it time for him to get a little break? You think?
I mean, it's
We need him to play.
no. I mean, you look at the season, and we had 7 games in July, and you try to look at the health and the balance of the team. I think we as a coaching staff do a very good job of trying to balance that. The players are smart, and they look to take care of themselves. If anything, he's going to come back hungry. So, that's one positive aspect. But he's an important part of the team. So it would be good to get him involved.
Does going back to that area of New Jersey carry any added?
Yeah, a lot of expectations. I got to get a lot of tickets, Pat. Families after me, friends, everything. So no, it's good. I mean, I grew up, playing 5-a-side games right in the Harrison courts, right, literally 200 yards away from the stadium. So brings back good memories of a childhood. That creates that passion for the game, and you're going to see a lot of familiar faces up there. It'd be nice to bring some good energy in there and shock them. Sound good?
Thanks, Joe.
Corben Bone, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't all rush. You can say no. It's fine. Next question.
What?
So, Corben, tell me a little bit about the formational change today. Your responsibilities change a little bit in that. What type of preparation do you guys go through looking at this match and facing up against Rochester?
Yeah, it was a bit different just as far as the center backs situation, but my role didn't really change much. I was more, the holding guy, the 6, just staying in that space and really just trying to pick up second balls and make the team tick. I think they made it a bit difficult because they did, in the first half at least, push a bunch of guys forward and decrease my space. So we ended up having to play direct, which helped them because they're, as we know, that big physical team. And we didn't pick up as many, second balls or win as many first balls as we should have. But as far as the formational change, I mean, it shouldn't really make that much of a difference. We tried to change it up a little bit, and it didn't necessarily work or didn't work. It just, I think that they made it difficult for us to play in the first half, and we had to play direct, and we didn't respond well enough. I think in the second half, we changed it up and established a little bit of a rhythm, and I got on the ball a little bit more. We started to play a little bit more, and we made them move side to side a little bit more, and I think we saw us, kind of create more problems for them.